Alright, what's going on, you guys? Rodemir speaking, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you. In this video I'll be showing some ideas that I had, some improvements to my analysis, at least the way I show things. I'm adding a tail of the tape type of thing so you guys can see what's in my head. I'm trying to break down in a way that, you know, I also don't forget to mention some things when I'm commenting on this video. So I'm interested mostly in you guys' feedback on this. You know, does it make sense to you? Does it help? Or it's just, you know, putting more of the same? It's not really something that you guys are seeing value. So this is basically what I want to cover here. So I'd appreciate your honest feedback. So let me start this off. I'm not gonna be showing everything, you know, I'm just piloting this. So from my spreadsheet, I'm gonna, you know, filter out here for you guys, and this can come as an early release. So I have already, you know, analyzed some fights, and I have my prediction here as always when I'm betting each fight. And I'm gonna be, you know, showing here 3 different fights so you guys can see more or less how it would play out, all of them for UFC 257. So I'm gonna be doing Brad Tavares versus Antonio Carlos Jr. because I have Antonio Carlos Jr. as a medium one with medium confidence. I'm gonna be doing Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. I think a lot of people like to see this fight broken down in a more, you know, concise manner, and I'm also gonna be breaking down Arman Tsarukyan versus Nasrat Haqparast because it's a great fight, you know. So that's why these 3 of them. So I'm not gonna be focusing too much on the usual stuff. So if you're seeing this video and you see me skipping this part, take a look in the other videos, and in the full video breakdown I'll be covering this part, right? But I would like to focus here on the tail of the tape and the keys to victory type of things, you know, so you guys can let me know whether this extra thing in the channel is helping you guys. All right. So the way I see this, I'm rating in stars for these guys, you know. Obviously, when I'm rating these guys, I'm comparing one to each other. So it's not like based on, it's a mix comparing on the overall odds there in the fight game, you know, to rate a guy 1 star, 3 to 4 or 5, but also it's a little bit comparing to his opponent, right? So it's a little bit of a mix between the two, right? And I'm separating this in offensive, strike, defensive, control and damage. And what I mean by this is like clinch type of thing, you know, how well does the fighter do on the offensive clinch? Does he have a good control there, right? On the clinch and on the ground, you know, because it's one thing to take, you know, the fighter to the ground, a different thing to hold them to the ground, you know, in terms of control and doing damage. Whereas here, offensive ground game is more related to submissions, you know, so how well does the guy, you know, attack submissions type of thing, you know. And in the case of defensive, the same defensive on the clinch, right? And in this case, it's more like a defensive on the submissions and on the ground game. In this case would be consistency and toughness. I think consistency in this case would mean how consistent the guy is in terms of how does he show up? He shows up always in shape, or it's always a question whether he's gonna show in shape, he's gonna, you know, take the fight off just for the cash type of thing, right? And how tough he is inside of the fight, how adaptable the fighter is during the fight, and what's the game plan he brings, and the cardio and the heart to win the fight, right? So trying to rate these things, see if it makes sense for you guys to help, right? So in this case, I'm gonna be analyzing McGregor versus Poirier. So I'm giving like 5 star for McGregor, and let me just circle back here. The reason is, you know, McGregor, he's a great, you know, when he moves forward, he does a great job of controlling the octagon, has a long reach, good jabs, nasty left hand, you know, he's a southpaw, as you guys may know. Decent leg kicks, you know, good calf kicks. So he also controls the range pretty well. So I like the way his offensive striking is. I'm giving him 5 stars. Defensive striking, I would give him 5 stars, but I'm giving to 4 because he likes to slip the first punch. The range is massive. He's 74 inches in range, so he controls it very well. So that's why he has like 4 stars. But in terms of slipping punches, he slips very well the first, but then he kind of holds his ground. So that's why I'm giving him 4 stars. In terms of offensive control and damage, I'm giving him 4 stars. And because he's good from top, you know, he can float, he can do damage. From the bottom is not too much his game, even though he escapes quite nicely. it's quite difficult for him, when once he fights, under control. Actually, I talk about defensive ground game. So in terms of defensive in the clinch, he's quite patient, and he does a good job with underhooks and getting out. So actually, I'm gonna be giving him a 4-star here. I think when I was thinking of this, I think I twisted a little bit my mind. So it's a 4-star from McGregor in the defensive clinch game. In the offensive clinch game, he's very good. I like the way he controls. I like the way he does some damage there inside, knees type of things, break the clinch, come again. So there's all type of this 4-star there. Defensive ground game, he's good getting underhooks, he's good escaping, but not too much his thing. So that's why he's not 5-star here. In terms of submission defense, he's pretty good, but it's not ideal. So it's 4-star. Consistency and toughness, I'm giving 3 stars because of the layoff, because we don't know McGregor, he's rich now, he's enjoying his life, so I'm not sure. He always shows up to fight, so I could give him easily a 4-star here, but I'm gonna go with 3 because I have questions whether he's gonna really show up. In terms of game plan and adaptability, he's quite good. He has his style, which is striking. But he brings good game plans. He comes prepared, so he's a 4-star there. And in terms of cardio, he doesn't have the best cardio, so I would give him 3-star for cardio. But he has the heart, he's there to fight. So I finish as a 4-star. Now Poirier, I'm giving him 3 stars as offensive striking. The reason is I think he exposes himself a little bit. He kind of comes forward in straight lines, throw too much hooks to my liking. He could do better. Defensive wise, he's not too much, he's not that easy to hit, but still he enters too much brawls and he gets hit, so I don't like much the amount that he gets hit. Offensive control and damage, he's pretty good in controlling his opponent in the cage. He's quite strong there, good damaging side, so he's 4-star. Defense, he's also very good, 4-star there. Offensive ground game, he's awesome, once he gets to the ground, he does a good job in controlling. He does a good job in attack submissions. In terms of defense, he's also very good. He's a good grappler and he's good escaping. It's not too much his thing on his back, but still he's very good. Consistency and toughness, that's his thing. He's gonna bring it. He's gonna show up. There's zero question about it. This is his best aspect by far. Adaptability and game plan. I don't like much his game plans because he always, try to bring game plans and he ends up brawling. So I don't like much the way he shows up in fights. I think he would do better there. And cardio and heart, he has 5-star, awesome cardio, big heart to win the fights. How McGregor would win this fight? Land consistently, be patient. He has to be aware of his cardio. If he doesn't, he blitz and he gonna probably be able to damage Poirier. If he doesn't finish Poirier, he can wear himself out and lose the fight in the end. And he has to be patient. He has to be patient to counter. He's a better counter strike by far. Poirier doesn't have the best offensive striking. He's patient. I think he wins this fight pretty easily, basically. Poirier, he has to adapt his defense. I think he needs at least to bring a 4-star here. He needs to improve that when he coming forward. He has to focus on the grappling. He has to get inside, avoid the shots as his best or block. Make McGregor grapple and wear McGregor cardio out, which is 3 stars, right? The cardio is 3. But the 4 is for the heart, but the card is not that good. He has to push hard, he has to make it a dog fight, and he has to clinch. Basically that's what Poirier does, and if he can make McGregor tired, he's gonna win this fight. All right. So one more to share with you guys: Brett Tavares versus Antonio Carlos Jr. Tavares, he's basically a striker. I'm giving him 4-star because he's good in getting, inside of with jabs. He can blitz in, good leg kicks, has good power, In terms of defense, it's also not bad. It's not easy to hit, Good chin like I'm putting here. He keeps cool when he's under attack. In terms of clinch, not too much his thing, even though he has good control. I don't see much damage. Actually, I could give him a 4-star here, but I'm going with 3. In terms of defensive control in the clinch, pretty good. It's not easy to hold him there. Offensive ground game. Doesn't have much. He can do damage from top. He can shoot, but it's not too much his things. Neither from his back. Doesn't like to stay on his back, even though he escapes quite decently. So I could give him 4-star, but in terms of submission defense, not that good. So it's between 3 and 4 here. Consistency and toughness, he's very good. He's good throughout the fight, tough guy, adaptable, and game plan, not much his thing. He's basically a kickboxer. He struggles to get out of that. That's why he's not like top UFC material, because he's a great fighter, great athlete, but struggles a little bit in different aspects of the game. Cardio and heart, I'm giving him 4-star, pretty good cardio, and but in terms of heart, not that good. That's why I'm going with 4-star. Antonio Carlos Jr., in terms of offensive striking, I'm giving him 4-star. Could be 3, because I'm giving 4 because he's been improving lately. I like his jabs. I like his throwing those leg kicks. Comes a little bit labored, so it's like 3.5. I could put, and but good jab, trying to swing a little bit better in terms of accuracy, good range. Defensive, not the best, he struggles. His thing is going forward, so he hits shots. So even though he's trying to improve his defense, I think I probably put it here at some point. Yeah, he's good in distance management, so I think for this reason he's 3-star. Offensive control and damage, he's pretty good, controlling his opponents. I like a lot how he goes for body locks, pretty strong grip, so he's very good on the control. The damage not so much, but control is excellent. In terms of defensive control, he struggles, he doesn't like much, fighting for underhooks to get out. He gets tired, so yeah, so this is 3-star for him. Offensive ground game, he's excellent, super strong from top. This is his thing. Nasty BJJ player. From the back, also, he's 4-star because technically he's 5, but in terms of output, not that much. So I'm giving him 4-star. Could be 3.5 because of, again, the output. Consistency and toughness. He's tough. He's super tough. Consistency, sometimes he doesn't show up, so I gave it like 4-star because consistency is not that great. Adaptability and game plan, I'm giving him 5-star. I like his game plan, I like his improvements, even though he doesn't go to the full extent because he doesn't have the cardio. His cardio is 3 stars, but I'm giving him a 4 because of the heart, similar to McGregor, so. What does Tavares have to do to win? He has to feint, he has to draw the attack and land a lot in volume. He has to avoid the kicking, not to get timed, and lots of footwork, get out of the clinch. Carlos Jr., he has to use the simple combinations, not go too much with the hooks, even though he likes to hook a lot. I think he has to use simple jabs and straights and wait for the right time to get the body lock takedowns, which I think he will, and he has to control his output so he doesn't get tired. He has to be consistent and bring the fight to the ground and dominate there. Guys, I'm betting Carlos Jr. I think there's a range disadvantage. This is quite even, as you guys see. Even though I can see Tavares being able to, technically being better on the feet, I think the range and the weary that Tavares is going to have of the ground game going to be the difference. I think this guy going to be able to get the body locks, take the fight to the ground and be dominant. Okay, that's why I'm betting Antonio Carlos Jr. I see much more chances of this happening than to this. All right, awesome. So the last one, great fight, guys. These 2 hot prospects, in my opinion. Tsarukyan, young guy, great wrestler. Haqparast, great striker, do everything very well. As you guys see, this is nearly 5 stars, everything for these guys. Tsarukyan doesn't have the best combinations, does a good job of the calf kicks and the straight punches. I want to give him 5-star because he's not that creative. I'm comparing a little bit, okay? Because I could give him easily 5-star against another opponent, but it's 4 for him and 5 for Haqparast. Defensive, he's also 4 because he likes to slip the first punch, basically. He likes to counter a little bit, but doesn't have the range, whereas this guy does a great job, avoiding the shots, wait for the right time to counter, throwing the strikes. So it's 5 here, it's 4 here. Offensive control and damage in the clinch, he's pretty good, he's strong there, but he's more like control and wrestling, whereas Haqparast, I would give him 4. Actually, let me change this because he doesn't have the wrestling part, so he has more damage but not so much control. In terms of defensive, both of these guys excellent in the defensive game in the clinch. Offensive ground game, this guy's 5 stars, hands down, super strong wrestler, great, chokes from top, awesome control, really. Would be a 6-star, would give him easily. This guy's pretty good too, I don't think he's gonna be a factor in this fight, but it's 4-star for him. Defensively, this guy is awesome, again, super tough to hold down, good, fighting for underhooks, super tough to control. Maybe 4-star because he doesn't have much submission defense, I think. I haven't seen that. But this guy is 4-star because great underhooks as well, super strong to get it back to his feet. Consistency and toughness. Both 5-star, hands down. You know, these guys are awesome in shape. Both adaptable, awesome game plans, and both crazy cardio and heart. These guys are for real, guys. These are both hot prospects. Tsarukyan, to win, he has to avoid trading on the feet because this guy has the range. Pretty even, actually, the range, but he's a little bit taller, so he has the striking. He's a little bit better as well. And he has to shoot, you know, to use his strikes to get inside and to shoot and keep the top position as long as he can. Whereas Haqparast do the opposite. Feint a lot, draw the attacks, come back, lots of volume, good footwork, avoid the wrestling, and he's gonna get taken down, it's 100% sure. This guy is a massive wrestler. If he underhooks at the right time and avoid the mat, he's good, you know. So it's a close fight, guys. I didn't discuss it yet, but it's a close fight, you know. I'm back and forth, not back and forth. I have Tsarukyan as a, like let's put it like a 60% favorite, but this guy can definitely win. I have a bet on Haqparast. I need to fix this. All right, so guys, that was it. I wanted to show you this, so let me know the feedback here if you guys think that this is gonna somehow help this type of things. If you like it, please let me know. Like this video, subscribe, and check out my VIP list. There is this and much more in there. Drop me a message on Instagram, drop an email, and I'm looking forward to have you around. Alright, so take care. This is Rodder Bet, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.